Travis, my good soul. So, wow. Yeah, I crashed last night. 11 hours of sleep. Haven't done that kind of marathon since high school in the summer times. Especially the 86 summer when the two major dreams of my life occurred. So, still sore, obviously. Jasmine, with her superior intelligence, exposed a YouTube cyber terrorist attack on America. YouTube is getting paid to facilitate this attack on America, as it was about revisionist history videos that are being posted. And YouTube is all obsessed and afraid of tampering in the 2024 election with AI fake deepfakes, that they are skipping over the others that are creeping in. And Jasmine, as intelligent as she is, caught it, exposed it. They're revising Jewish history in the one video that she had caught. And the video was designed in such a way that if you do not know anything about Jewish history, you're going to be easily deceived and you're going to be spreading the misinformation and disinformation around. Right, Exfo Never Mows? I mean, Jasmine was smart enough to catch on and figure it out. Why couldn't you? Just because somebody says something that, you know, makes you feel all warm and fuzzy in your boobs doesn't make it true. You are not forced to validate somebody's feelings, even when they threaten you to validate their feelings, or you're the bad guy. So, because otherwise what's going to happen is that you're going to have men dominate women's sports. That women no longer are the top of the game in their own field of sports. And then they're going to complain, why can't women's sports be paid just like the men's sports? Well, one, you were a failed professional in men's sports, and so you decided to be the professional in women's sports so that you can claim to be paid the same amount of money that you would have been paid if you were a successful men's sports athlete. But you weren't, and now you want to get paid just like your failed attempt of being a men's sports athlete. And women don't see this as a takeover of women? Apparently not. They don't see that their rights are gone. Sperm now rules over women, not just an embryo and a fetus. God. I guess women have just been abused for too many millennia that they do not recognize when they're still being abused in new ways. So, anyway. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to get to. It's likely to get backlogged, and you'll never know about the sign in the heavens that just happened in accordance with the scriptures. So anyway, we'll do this one as a news video because the church is in the news, causing scandal again. So we're going to make you listen to all this other stuff first. So, Mayor Mendenhall hates the poor and came out with her Hate the Poor budget. you got to be careful about these people when they word things a certain way. Quality of life? For who? Yeah, she hates the poor. She's always been a hater of the poor. So obviously this quality of life is not for the poor. As the poor are getting worse and worse, and your family looks better and better, and before you know it, boom, you claim the church is true. That is the funniest video of the church. Hilarious. Even more funnier than watching The Windows of Heaven in seminary. And listening to the Lorenzo Snow AI deepfake by the church way back in the 60s, was it? Complaining. Oh, life is so tough. Oh, this sucks. And then he looks up into space. I now know exactly what to do. Pay up. That'll solve the problem. Oh, dear God. Why, Mormons? Why? And so, a 16-year-old Mormon girl being denied bringing a gun to school decided to go on a shooting spree and has murdered a 20-year-old guy. I just report the news, because the news won't report the news. They want to do people's feelings. Oh my hell. You notice I've never once during all this time, whereas all local news here in Utah is covering everything about this subject. We've talked to a neighbor's, friend's, cousin's, relative's, dog's, master's owner about the policeman who was shot and murdered. He was shot, wasn't he? Or was he just hit by a car? I don't know. Apparently, the latest news is that the guy tried 15 years ago to murder him and he failed. And here he goes again, and he succeeded. And I think it's the same cop that gave me a ticket in West Jordan when he was a rookie. And I took him to court over that. I had to take him to court. What the hell? I'm the defendant, and I have to take him to court as the prosecutor. So he got the free attorneys, and the judge didn't even know the laws of physics. Force equals mass times acceleration, Your Honor. Huh? Well, I feel that there's something weird going on here, so I'll deduct $200 out of the $50 billion you owe. And the cop's getting all pissed with his lawyers. Oh, this is an outrage, Your Honor. And yeah, soon thereafter, the dip was fixed. Oh, God. But anyway, yeah, I'm not talking about him. Seriously. Oh my hell. Many cops die. Why are you covering this in the news so much? He's a cop. He doesn't know how to do his job because the other news story. Oh my God. Again, I just did this the other day reminding you of this. Cops don't know how to do their job. And so they always ask the public, help us, we're incapable and incompetent of doing our jobs and investigating crime, even though we got it on tape. It was recorded. They know who exactly it is. And yet, oh no, we need the public's help. We can't do our job. It's an easy no-brainer one. He is part of the terrorist activities going on in Utah. Just go to where they're protesting. There he is. Got him. But he graffitied genocide at the University of Utah because he doesn't know how to spell. Dear God, what the hell? I mean, seriously, Mormons want to go into the Dark Ages, huh? Okay, here we go. We're there. You now know exactly what happened after Constantine created Christianity. Good job, Mormons. Denialism at its finest. Did I talk about AI? Yeah, Jasmine. All right. And so, it's Control the Flow Day on 28th of May. We're still 19 days away, and already the news is trying to tell us that it's Control the Flow Day on the 28th of May. For those men in the audience who don't know what I mean by Control the Flow, oh my God, it's just getting absurd. I mean, seriously, you have to remind women to keep clean? Shouldn't that be the mother's job when the girl turns of age? Oh, right, we deny sex ed here in Utah. Oh my God. And so, yes, we're working our way to the big ones in the news. Yeah, notice how Trump's getting away with all his crimes, and he's going to be running in the election now, and all of a sudden, 3rd Nephi chapter 7 will come true. Book of Mormon is so prophetic. How did they know? Mormons don't believe it, though. It's literal history, Travis. They were cows, and you have to validate our feelings on this matter. Going to hell in a hand grenade. And so, Utah's had a lot of problems with Miss Universe pageants. A lot of controversies, a lot of scandals. And I seem to be the only one covering them. Women. Yeah. We just had the previous year the Miss Teen Utah win, which she only won, and there's a big old asterisk next to her win, because of Miss Teen Lehi's pageant. The winner, who met the qualifications at the beginning when she filled out the documents, was retracted and demoted and taken away, her crown taken away. Afterward, after winning, they decided to say, no, you didn't conform to the rules that you signed and was the rules. They denied her going to the state championship. And so the runner-up was the one who went to the state championships and, of course, lost. And the other woman from Shanghai won instead. China is taking over all of the women's beauty pageant. It didn't work, did it? But yeah, China, they're our enemy. And yet we're still doing business with them, and they've now expanded into France now. People never learn. Oh, you're trying to murder us. Okay, we'll do business with you. I'm sure you'll never send lead in any of our children's products. Just, oh my God. And now do you understand why foreigners call Americans stupid? Stupid Americans. Dear God. So, anyway. Yeah, in the news today, more scandal. We'll do Miss Teen first. We'll escalate the news here to the most valuable. Miss Teen USA quits because her personal values and standards don't meet those of the competition. She's holier than them. She's a prima donna, bleep, female doggy. Now that she's the champion. And so I was first hearing about that, and they wouldn't say the name, and I tried to Google search to find out if she was from Utah, and she wasn't. It was like New Jersey. But yeah, I was thinking that would have been an awesome news coverage for you. For Mormon girl says that her Mormon standards and values are far superior to the contest that she won. That would have been hilarious. But it gets worse. Because remember, we're escalating to the better stories last. Miss Utah, who became Miss USA. She was Mormon, is Mormon. She quit. Huge scandal in Miss America pageants. Originally designed to help women feel better about themselves despite all the bullying attacks by Christians and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who demoralizes and demonizes women and their bodies. And so, nonetheless, she quits. Mormon girl quits, gives up the throne, gives up the crown, because she claims she's now mentally retarded. Mormon girl quits, claiming she's mentally retarded. No, Travis, that's not what you said. Yes, it is. Remember, I keep this little booklet of quick references for my videos. This is about Joseph Smith becoming a monster in 1838. Do you believe that he became a monster? You probably believe one or two of them, but you don't believe all of them. But yet, all of them happened in 1838. It's true. AI says so. We must believe our AI overlords. Psychology is a bullying organization. They name call you. And they keep repeating the name calling, bullying, over and over and over and over and over again until you confess that you are what they say you are. And they'll go to your friends, and they'll go to your family, and they'll go to the government, and they'll go to business and the community and your church to also put pressure on you to believe the bullying name calling until you submit and confess and conform and comply, and then take drugs from Big Pharma that will murder you. And so Mormon girls here in the state of Utah, because of the abuse of, Jesus' commandments, covenant path, have made you depressed because you're unable to turn that frown upside down. And so you have to be drugged for your problem. You're to blame. And so I've been making a list of all of psychologists' bullying name-calling for you over the decades. Impaired, disabled, diseased, ill, retarded, mental health challenged, psychotic, psychopathic, mental, emotional, behaviorally challenged, unstable, hysterical, mental malfunction, chemical imbalance, extremist, radical, deranged, stressed, moron, depressed, special, criminal, LGBTQIAPO+. Religious extremist, religious fanatic, religious fundamentalist, illiterate, crazy, mad, psycho, schizo, schizophrenic, sensitive, mental problems, cuckoo, needing professional help, unhinged, and mental inability. There's some new stuff I've added since the last time I did this. You notice that? Yep. And so, no, she is not mentally retarded. She has fallen prey to the bullying abuse and now believes it. And so she quit because it got too tough for her to go around in a little fairy princess outfit to little girls, trying to encourage little girls that they can become anybody they want to, rather than a homemaker. I forgot to do this. I was going to do this first. So we're going to have an intermission before we get to the number one story. In my spam, Ms. Busy Girl, less than take O Toshiba 1 at Zeus dot blah blah blah, sent me a message in spam. What? She's not real? She's a 300-pound AI bot in her mom's basement server. Dear God. Good day, end parentheses, my in effect. Exclamation point. I am so glad we're using AI these days. Oh, I am just so fooled by this. They're so much smarter than me. How is life? What is your age? Where do you know now? Where do you now? You, capitalized. You, the letter. Right now, I'm seeking adventurous man from United States! Exclamation point. I'm single, unique girlfriend born in Russian Federation. Smile face. Thing without the emoji because it was put right after Federation. Oh my God. I'm going to send you my photo attached. I don't see it. Its email is thanks. Nope. You get deleted if you're not going to send me a photo. Back in 2014, they used to be nudes. No more nudes since COVID. Oh my God, what the hell? What's going on? The world is going to hell in a hand grenade. Oh my hell. Oh my hell. Seriously. Alright, you got your snacks? Got your popcorn? Got your Mountain Dew? We'll save the Jasmine comment reply video afterward, but yeah, the answer is yes, Jasmine. I already covered them. You're 3 months behind. It's going on 4. Come on, Jasmine. They're somewhere in my list. But we'll get to you anyway, because Jasmine takes precedence in my life, because she's so intelligent, catching all this stuff that Mormons, even ex-faux nevermos catch. So let's get out of the internet. I'm under cyber attack lately, I noticed, from Microsoft. The security feature again. Now they won't let me shut it off and delete it. And Biden just gave them a multi-billion-dollar contract for AI, of all things. Yay, we're all doomed. In case you didn't catch on to the news over the past latter days that you missed, Trump was the leader of the terrorist group MAGA Evangelicals. They failed. So, because of Trump's failure, they put in Biden. And now he's the leader of Islamic terrorism. And he's doing very well. He's doing far better than Trump ever did. And he doesn't even need to use a Sharpie like Trump had to use. He just claims that he had friends called Twinkie and Snowpuff. His dog bites the Secret Service agents. And that his dad was eaten by cannibals or some relative. Oh my God, we're so doomed. This is so humiliating. We can't show our face around the world anymore. You're American? No, nope, not me. Nope, Canada. Canada, yep, oh Canada, eh? See, I speak Canadian, eh? Not from America, no, not me. Oh my God. So, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, here we go, dum dum dum, is in the news again. Remember not so long ago in a distant future past, if we just change it into an anachronism, there's that Heber temple that's being built, and people are upset because it's not following code for being lower to the ground. And so the church sued to be involved in the lawsuit, and the judge said, okay, my religious overlords, I will do as you ask. You are now involved in the lawsuit to force Heber to build your temple as high as you want it to be built. Yeah, here we go again. Las Vegas! Church already has a temple in the east. Now they want one in the west. It was just announced in the church news. I didn't bother to cover it because I've already been telling you. This is all a property grab so that whenever the day that shall burn as an oven, which is another video that's in the queue to give to you because it's coming up 2 days before the Control the Flow Day on the 28th of March. Oh my God. Oh, women. Women, women, women. And so, yes, that's another video for you. But you'll never hear it from anybody else. Nobody else knows to look for it. Only the secret combination is the ones who know about this. So here I am. I'm going to expose the secret combination, trying to destroy America once again, if I can ever get to it today. Because Microsoft is now added to the attacks on me. Which, yes, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a major stockholder in Microsoft, and thus they are beholden to their religious overlords, stock overlords, to conform and comply to their wishes. So, yeah, the church with this Biden deal is going to profit greatly from this, because the stocks of Microsoft are going to go up, 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 up. And thus the church's stocks in Microsoft are going to go up, 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 up. Dear God. See what I mean? The church is behind everything. They purposely are playing both sides of the war to profit off of it. And so, yeah, the same problem in Las Vegas as with Heber. The church is claiming that they have an architect who designs it according to the patterns that the church provides and the specifications of the prophet of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who gets information from Jesus. Jesus wants it to be built high. And those evil, apostate, anti-Mormon, anti-Christ whores in Las Vegas are trying to hinder the work and kick the pricks. And prevent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from building their temples of Babel. Babel, Babel, Babel. You don't even bother to read your Bible, do you? What's the point of telling an awesome story if you don't even know the context? Oh my hell. Oh my hell, hell, hell. So if we go to the scriptures, when we type in Babel, it'll produce Babylon for links, which is wrong. 211. Oh my hell. And notice the Book of Mormon never, ever, ever calls it the Tower of Babel. It's Bruce R. McConkie in the chapter heading. That's important. Bruce R. McConkie, not smart. Jasmine, smart. She would have caught this. So did I. Genesis chapter 11. After talking about Nimrod, and his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. And everybody assumes it's Assyria. Wrong, it's Egypt. God. Yeah, the Bible was mistranslated, but no, Babel is technically Lebanon and Beirut. Or Beirut in Lebanon. And so, let's get to the beginning of the story. Genesis chapter 11. And they don't even... there's Ether. Ether 9D. Ether 1, 33 to 43. And that would be abroad upon the face of all the earth. So that's the link that they're trying to make you believe that this Babel is the same Babel in the Book of Mormon, even though they do not call it the Tower of Babel. They call it the Tower. Okay, so here we go. Hi. And for those of you who are familiar with me, which are one or two of you, maybe, if you're listening, on academia, I have a book talking about how Genesis through Noah's stories come from the Egyptian documents. This also comes from the Egyptian documents if I were to continue on. And I would go to continue on to show that Abraham and his stories come from the Egyptian documents. So Joseph Smith with the papyra, the Egyptian papyra, and claims that the one is the Book of Abraham, is A-OK, right on target. But not a single Mormon believes that Joseph Smith is a translator. But that's exactly what was done to the Bible stories. That's exactly where they got them from. The Egyptian documents. This is no different. And so even though there is an Assyrian replacement in here, the original text is all Egyptian. It's the translations that have been imposed that have turned it into an Assyrian-influenced literal history document that needs to be understood. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. So understand that this is the English. This is a corrupt translation. It needs to be retranslated correctly. Church won't do it. They don't have the power. They don't even believe that Joseph had the power to do so. And so they're just waiting for who? Waiting for what? Just come out and confess your frauds, and they won't, because their power is in their authority appearance of titles. Right, Mormons? You don't want to listen to somebody who's got the gifts. You don't want to believe them. You don't want to acknowledge their power. You deny the power and authority of gifts. The power is in titles. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they, who? Who? Journeyed from the east, not the west. Oops. They found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. See, this is what's called an anachronism. Remember yesterday's video? No, you didn't watch it. Oh, God. And they had brick for stone, and lime had they for mortar. So yes, that's exactly what those ziggurats were built as. Mud brick towers. Stairways to heaven. This actually comes from the Egyptian documents. And it is associated with the flood story, but the author, being many millennia later, during the Roman period time, is separating them, creating a different story and disassociating it from the flood story. Because the tower was built first, then the flood happened, and then, hey, we get all the symbolism of the latter days. And babies. And they said, Go to, let us build a city and a tower. Joseph Smith's prophecy of the latter days to Mormons specifically. Section 101, starting in verse 43, pay attention to verse 51. Mormons want to deny it. No, this is just a parable. It has no symbolic significance. We don't have to worry. The prophets aren't the servants talked about who will abandon us and betray us and flee. Our prophets would never do that. And so it's we, the Mormons, who need to be careful. We need to obey the prophets who speak for Jesus to tell us to hurt ourselves and hurt other people, which is all over the news. Yep, because that's how we interpret with our feelings. Let us build a city and a tower. And also 19 July 1840, Joseph Smith expands on it, making sure you understand it is in the latter days, and gives more prophecy for the latter days. And oops, Mormons are guilty. They are the enemy, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. A new name. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one. They are Christian, Borg. They have all one language, a musion, creatio ex nihilo. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have felt to do. Imagined, failings, same thing. Go to, let us go down, and I will be the God of wrath for the Old Testament. And there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore, the name of it is called Babel. In Paleo-Hebrew, it's the god Baal. There is no Al in there, it's just Bel, and thus the anachronism exposes it. But nonetheless, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon all the face of the earth. And so you're not supposed to take this literally. It did not happen. You have to be a science denialist, claim it happened. Right, Bruce R. McConkie? And so, yeah, the Book of Mormon story is also interesting, because it's not literal history either. You're denying the learning of the Jews by doing so. You're pulling an anachronism in order to prove the church true. I mean, the Book of Mormon true. The church wants you to believe that Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon have to be Christian in order for this church to be true. Yeah, no duh. So guess what, Mormons? You've been punked. You've been scammed by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, building their stairways up to heaven. It doesn't say that the towers fell. That's just assumed. I think the Book of Jasher is the one where we get extra information about the clay brick buildings collapsing. We can check. But I just read it to you. There was no collapsing of the buildings. He just changed the language so that they didn't understand each other. They were using text code and emojis. What the hell is that? Oh, here's somebody who claims that it's the Persian dynasty under Cyrus that caused the Tower of Babel to fall. And it's Britannica! Oh my god! Oh my god! We don't need AI fake news when we have Britannica. Oh my god. It's just hilarious. And so we'll need this and put the temple on top. Oh my hell. And so no, they don't talk about it either. Yeah, that's just people made assumptions because the Marduk temple in Ur of Babylon in Iraq is caved in, and it didn't really fall. It's still pretty much intact. If we were to find that one, Temple of Marduk. Yeah, they've got the whole city layout. That's quite impressive. But there's the aerial footage. What the hell are you doing with small pictures, guys? Come on. Oh my hell. So yeah, it is rubble. It's mislabeled Temple of Marduk. Babylon is a completely different name than Babel. Everybody wants to call it the Kingdom of Babel because the N is a suffix determinative, and yet they don't acknowledge and admit that that is a suffix determinative. It was left up to me to decipher. Dear God. Pathetic. Alrighty. So there we go. One video, and it's already almost 11, and this is almost 50 minutes. Oh dear God.